everyone, it's Tanker. It's been a while since I've made a video, right? Okay, so this video is going to be featuring one of my favorite Tier 7s that I've played in a very long time. Tier 7, very unpopular Russian medium, the A-44. This thing, it's very unique because it gets a big gun like the Leo does, but it's quicker than the Leo by a little bit, and it's more of a glass cannon kind of deal, because this thing has no armor. It's very inflexible because if its rear-mounted turret makes it a little funky to shoot around corners. It's 3 degrees of gun depression, which is just awful. So, but the main thing that makes this thing tick for me is the gun. This 107 millimeter gun. It's the same identical gun you get on the T-150 at Tier 6. It just gets a better reload. But the gun handling is about as bad as you would think it is. It's got like 3 seconds aiming time. My A-44 with it has a pretty decent crew, and I've got 3 seconds aiming time. It's really bad. This thing is... it's all about the gun and the mobility that allows it to reposition. That's what this thing is about. This thing is not a brawler. This thing has no armor, and it's got incredibly fragile modules, like its engine. Its engine is very fragile, and it gets hit all the time. This gun, it's able to do a lot of good work. So this is me playing. This is actually my first game of the day that I was playing in the A-44. The thing about the A-44 is that whenever you're peeking around a corner, you want to do it like this. You want to make sure your turret, backing up, it's like a bat chat. You back out with your turret side to minimize the amount of your tank that is exposed. So by doing that, I'm giving the enemies a lot more of a narrow, like a lot less of a profile to shoot at than if I were to pop out going forwards. So if I were to go forward, I would expose pretty much the entirety of my tank to be able to fire around the corner, just because of its rear turret nature. All right, I think that's enough over the nature of the tank. Let me actually focus on what's happening. So I tried pushing up on the east side of the map with this stock T-20 and this AMX M445. Quite frankly, he kind of being a bit of a weirdo in the chat at the beginning of the match, if you saw that. But me and the T-20 were both pulling back to get into defensive positions to defend against these 4 enemy tanks that are pushing in: the IS-2, the Tiger II, the Oni, and the T-25 tank destroyer. And so what I was thinking at the time, the main thing I was worried about was the Oni, because I do not have very much armor. The T-20 does not have very much armor, and he's been using the derp gun this game. See, I don't want to take these shots because I know this thing's accuracy is god awful. Just take a shot at the IS-2 and I immediately pull back. And keep in mind, I do not have 6th Sense on this tank. I do not have 6th Sense. I immediately went for Brothers in Arms and concealment, just because of this thing's general playstyle. And I keep on forgetting to put 6th Sense directives on the thing, which is why I'm having to be a hell of a lot more cautious after I take every shot. And if you don't have 6th Sense and you fire, just assume you've been detected. You're better safe than sorry. So the IS-2 is dead with our Scorpion G on the hill directly above me to my left. I take a blind shot at the Oni, but it seemed to hit his turret. Does 0 damage. Then I'm trying to snipe this Oni, but as you can see, the accuracy is god awful. But those 2 tanks up ahead are going to be very dangerous later this game. So my team is getting clobbered in the west side of the map, and the last surviving tank over there, the T-28 prototype, falls, and the T-34-2 GFT, he's trying his best to support the push down the mid-ridge led by our Lance and C. But of course they're not having any luck because the LTG just flanked behind them. And I'm trying to get up this hill. And this thing, and I already know what some of y'all are thinking. See this? This thing doesn't have gun depression. Why am I going up the hill? This is a good defensive position. You can use upward slopes to give you the flexibility to shoot down on your enemies. Or you like this. In the Scorpion G, we're able to take the shots. I use that little ridge to kind of lean myself back, and so that way I could get my gun to point down as the hull moved lower. Like, see, I'm not getting anything here, and then I pull back a little bit and get on that ridge, and then sit on the lower part of it, and then I'm able to shoot down. And then the Leo and the T-44, and eventually the SC-101 and the LTG are going to come around and pick a fight. Take a shot at the Leo, and now I'm having to worry about the Oni and the Tiger II, because the T-44 seems to be running away. He's running down the middle, and I'm worried about the Tiger II and the Oni, because they've had plenty of time to move up thus far. So the Oni and the Tiger II, this did shock me as the Oni was spotted right on the hill, and he's on full health. He's on about full health. So I immediately go over the ridge. He's not looking at me. Pump a shot in his side. What I'm worried about is our Scorpion G. He's popping out sideways onto the Oni, but thankfully the Oni hit the track to do some damage. So the Oni, he doesn't do any damage to the Scorpion. He's on reload. I'm feeling confident. I'm ready to go out, and then my gun depression screws me over, and then I pump in a really lucky shot. I mean, I didn't think that should have gone in, but take favors where you can. Scorpion G ammo wrecks the Oni, and then the Tiger II, who's also on almost full health. Yes, he's right behind him, and the Scorpion G is just running to get into the concealment on the other side. So he can take a shot from the Tiger. He fires, and I immediately come around, pump a shot on the side. The Tiger is angling towards the Scorpion G, which is giving me free money shots on the side. The Tiger II, he seems to be ignoring me. Pump another shot in. And this is where the rear turret is kind of handy, because whenever I'm backing up, I'm not exposing a lot of my tank here. And that shot just went into oblivion. And so now there's a T-44, an LTG, and an SU-101 inbound on this position, because me and the Scorpion are the only ones left. Scorpion pumps a shot in, unfortunately gets a low damage roll. He's 120 health. I put a round in his, I guess it was his upper plate. I mean, I didn't even have the gun depression to shoot his lower plate. But this thing's standard pen is kind of bad. It's only 167. The gold pen is 219, which is why I pack a lot of gold rounds in this thing. This thing's AP is just not very good at tier 7. So I'm getting back on the hill because I know the SU-101, the T-44, and the LTG are going to be headed this way soon. And so I'm just like, if they all come at me at the same time, who am I going to prioritize? I'm obviously going to prioritize the ones with turrets, as well as the ones who are on low health, the ones that are one-shot kills. So I'm backing up here, and I'm thinking to myself that they could be coming from the 9-0 line again. So I poke out and look through the bushes, nothing's there. I'm like, okay, safe and sound. The Scorpion G, he's moving up to the hill to assist me in our last-ditch defense to destroy the last 3 enemies. And the important thing to note is that I'm on full health. I have not taken a single point of damage this game, which is what you want to conserve your hit points as much as you can in this tank, because it doesn't have any armor. You can't rely on your armor to stay alive. You have to rely on your health and your gun. And since I'm taking opportunistic shots wherever I can, and then all 3 of them pop right behind me. It takes me a moment to realize there's the LTG. Since he doesn't have very good gun depression either, I wasn't too worried about him pumping a shot in. And then, thankfully, they're all 1 shots for the Scorpion G. And they're all 2 shots for me. Or if I get a high roll in the LTG, I can kill him in 1 shot. The LTG pops out, right in the face. Thankfully, I get a high roll. 300 alpha, I roll for 332, and the T-44 pops out, and he's using the 85mm, and I was pretty thankful for that, because if he was using the 100mm, that would have, his DPM would be a lot more. And see, if he was using the 100mm there, I would have taken 500 damage with those 2 shots. The SU-101, he's sitting back there trying to get a shot on me and the Scorpion whenever we reverse. So I pop around, put a shot right through the T-44's mantlet. The T-44 backs off. The SU-101 somehow bounces off me. I believe it hit my mantlet. I believe that's when he bounced. And then so I am trying to be as sneaky and as opportunistic as I can, expose the least amount of my tank as possible. The SU-101, he's scaring me because I'm thinking that he's going to take out that Scorpion. And the Scorpion's on low health. He's peeking around, and I'm scared that the Scorpion's going to get shut down. And if that happens, I'm alone against these two. And one of them is a tank destroyer with really good frontal armor. So I'm popping around, trying to find the T-44 and the SU, and there's the SU-101. Snapshot right in his face. That's what and since that was a down angle, my gold was almost guaranteed to pen his superstructure. As long as I didn't hit the mantlet. T-44 fires, the shot doesn't even land the same zip code as me. And the Scorpion, he's trying to find another shot on the T-44 and the SU. Doesn't appear to be having much luck with that. Hop around, trying to finish off the T-44. The SU, next snapshot, hits the ground because accuracy. Scorpion decides to go for it, but unfortunately, since the T-44 is using the 85, he's got the rate of fire. I decide to go for it. Just take out the T-44, and then I just circle around the SU-101, and thankfully, his traverse speed doesn't seem to be very good. So I back up, pump a shot in his side, boom, it's over. Alright, so with this game, we got an Oskins medal, destroyed at least 3 enemy tanks or tank destroyers with a medium tank in one battle. They must be 1 tier higher. That was the SC-101, the Tiger II, and the T-44. High caliber for almost 4,000 damage in a bottom tier medium. This was my ace tanker in the A-44. Got 1,450 base experience, and I mean, I gotta give a thanks to Scorpion G. He was quite helpful that game. And credit-wise, I didn't exactly make a profit because I was spamming a lot of gold that game. Yes, I know. But I'm still proud of the fact that me and the Scorpion G were able to rattle through that one. And we came out on top. 9 kills between us. That's rather good result. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was my demonstration of the A-44, a very capable Tier 7 medium. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you later.